Hello. Back for another round. Putting together this fume and dust extraction room. A lot of work so far. Alright, so today's Friday. Hopefully this will be the last stream of the room. I think we'll get the door on today. And maybe start working on some of the other stuff. That's the standby screen. Okay. Alright, maybe we'll switch to here for now. Alright. Yes, sir. So the goal today, finish up the fume and dust extraction room. We want to get the header put on, the door put on. The door hinges are going to add a little extra spacing, which of course they are, but I didn't include that. So I need to go do some cuts today on the extruded aluminum, and that's going to just basically, ideally, I think it'll be a quick operation. I don't need to hammer anything down, I don't think. We'll see. But we'll get that out of the way. That'll be the first step today. And then also I got some concrete anchors, not anchors, but concrete bolts, and right here, these guys, Capcom, these ones here, and they look like that, and then that should allow me to, they are Phillips, that should allow me to, or no, they are Stars, so that should allow me to secure the wall to the ground. We're not going to secure it to the ceiling, and then I also have some drywall anchors to secure to the wall where I don't have a stud at. And because I just don't expect a lot of forces involved, I don't see that to be it's going to be a problem. So let's go ahead and take a look at this doorway. So basically, some ground stud here to hold this in place. One here, one there, maybe one in the middle there as well. Then we're going to put along this wall. I've already actually put one in just to make sure there wasn't going to be any issues. But I'll put two more down this wall. And that'll prevent basically just any of the walls sucking in dirt, like with the different pressure. Given I am going to have air circulation inside this room, so any like negative pressures aren't going to suck the walls all the way in. And eventually I will probably come around and caulk the outsides right around the rim of the 2020 extrusion, but I'm not going to worry about that today. So what we'll do, oh, and let me show you on the overhead. So these are the hinges I was talking about for the door. Okay, and they basically screw. The lighting here not the best. I'll work on that, but the idea here is that they screw one piece of 2020 extruded aluminum and tighten to another 2020 extruded aluminum piece. So that should allow for the door to hang, and so my assumption was that these would screw into one of these like locking nuts, or otherwise, but maybe they don't. Let me verify that they do, because it does seem a little strange actually. I'm looking at them. So it should go down and then screw into. Okay, well, these are the right screws, I believe. What are these? Came with both. I mean, that would probably work too. Let's check this. It does indeed screw into there, so it is an M5. Okay. So yeah, so we have these locking nuts here, and what these look like. You've seen them before, but that's them. These are the nut screws. So they're like maybe like 5, 6, in between 5 and 8 millimeters long, and they just have the star shape. Or is it a hex? Yeah, it is a hex. My bad. And they're bezeled, so they should fit neatly into the bracket that's going to be holding the door onto the frame. So we'll take that. Presumably, they should also fit into the lock nut, and I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't, but let's go ahead and verify. They do they? Let's see. So put that there, twist that on, and they do, of course. So hopefully that's good enough to see. Okay, all right. Cool. So let's switch back to this camera, and I think the first thing I want to do is just secure this wall, because right now it is not secure, and I just want to feel safe knowing that it's not going to lean and fall over. So let me bring the camera into the room here. Ooh, okay. A little tough to do. Okay, get those boxes out of the way. I don't think it'll be a problem going forward. Okay, so there's the side. So yeah, I just want to put these little brackets on this side, which involves drilling a hole, sticking the drywall anchor into the hole, followed by the screw, which will then lock everything in place. So get that in there. Perfect. So hopefully you can see it on camera. You definitely cannot. Can I zoom in? I don't know. Actually, if this camera will allow me to zoom in or not. Does it? It does seem like it zoomed in. So let's see. Very hard to see, but you know what? Not actually the biggest point here. So we'll go get one of those brackets, the exterior corner brackets that we looked at previously, and that takes a fill up. I might be able to use the star here. Let's just go with the fill up for now. It's not a big deal. I have something around, so that'll work. Coming back around. This might be the wrong Phillips for that, but let's just find out, I guess. Okay. All right, so we're going to put that there. And we're going to put this up against the wall here. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I might have better luck with a star. Let's see. Let's try the star bit, because this was not working. So where did I? Uh-oh. Where did my other drill go? Okay, so that's the other drill. It's got that bit on it. This is not what I want. Okay. So somehow, some way, I have misplaced my star bit. Let's see. I walked over here, and I put it right there. There it is. Okay. He didn't. Put that on. Put this and this. Make our way back over here. I'll take this drill with me, and we'll take a couple more of these as well. Get them put in. there's 2 brackets already over here, so we just need the 1 bracket to finish up this little middle piece. So slot this on, put this on here. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and screw that in. Okay, so we want this right at the line. So line I made earlier in the previous episode. In theory, we want to tighten it really hard down, so that way it pulls the drywall bit up to the wall, onto the okay. This one is gonna come right out, hopefully. It's spinning. Okay, I might have done a little damage on the drywall. Hopefully not. But let's see. And actually, now that I think about it, I'm gonna have to move that down. So grab the Allen wrench. Uh-oh, got all of my Allen wrenches mixed up. I believe it's this one. Okay. Go ahead and undo this. That's good enough. Okay. Fine. A little bit of fuzzies from the insulation came out. Not a big deal at all. Put this in. Draw a little anchor in, and then we can screw everything back together. So this, put this here. In fact, I'll just take this out for now. There we go. Slide that out of the way. Okay. Should tighten against the wall. And now we can tighten this wall back onto here. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay. So we really want to get this. Okay, so we're gonna need to pull this in towards us, which I think will be a little easier with this flat bar here. So grab this. So the whole thing is, I need to pull this door towards me. And that way I can get this to lock in. Okay, I think it's working. It's looking decent. Okay, yeah. Alright, so we locked in there. Then I had this middle one already, so I'm going to go ahead and get that locked in. So that'll be one of these. And then we'll need one of these. Okay. Slide right through the hole. then into there, and then it locks. Perfect. Okay, that should be fine. So then we just tighten it. Perfect. So that ain't going nowhere. And then we just do the same thing at the top. We'll go ahead and use a step ladder. We're just gonna make things unnecessarily complicated. Like that. And start out by taking the piece holding the 2020 on. Take that out. Okay. So come down here. Screw out here. Okay. So we want to drill a hole. Okay. And then we want to slide the drywall anchor through the hole. And then we'll just screw the brass star screw back in. So and stick this through the wall like we did on the bottom and in the middle. Come on. I don't know why, but it does seem like sometimes these things just really like want to deform instead of go in. I would imagine like surely it must be hitting something, but like I don't know what's hitting. Certain thing that the drill went in. Okay. All right, not quite what I wanted, but that's fine. Come back up. Get this screwed in. We're kind of like on the line. We don't want to be past the line. Now, I want to be on the line. I don't want to. That's got to be pretty. That's pretty secure, I must say. A little too secure. Now we can screw this in. Now I'll keep this wall mostly in check. I mean, we're going to have, the ground needs to be screwed down too. And then once everything, once it all connects with the door header, then that should also give us some additional strength. But yeah, that seems pretty good right now. So we're going to swap this bit out. We're going to put in a masonry bit. We'll go around and drill the holes along the bottom. Okay. So how many of these are needed? 1, 2, 1. So 1, 2, 1, and then 1, 2, and potentially 3. So that's 1, 2, 1, and then 3. That should be good. Okay. So let's try this out. Alright, so I'm going to have to move the overhead out of the way, which luckily it's on wheels, so pretty easy to do. Hopefully nothing falls off. Okay. Perfect. So now, let's go ahead and get these holes drilled. So one here, roughly. Got to mark it better. Get the camera out so I can make sure everything is caught on camera. Because you never know what'll happen, and something funny may happen, or something dangerous, or you gotta get that content though. So something could happen, and I want to get it on camera. So this I'll go ahead and put here. Okay, get that out of the way. I'm not putting a ton of pressure. I'm kind of just letting it go down on its own. There we go. And we'll go ahead and, maybe I should have brought the broom, but we'll go ahead and sweep that out of the way. I'm already starting to sweat. Didn't take long. So let's get this out of the way. Okay, get out of here, powder. Get out of here, powder. All right. Oh, and then we'll need the star screw to get those in. All right. Okay. Cool beans. You know, I don't know if you need 3, but I think 3 just tends to work out better. You know, as far as like, it's a long wall, so having 3 points on the bottom of contact, probably the best idea. But to be fair, I really don't know for sure the physics or whatnot. I don't know if it really matters. Let's see. So maybe you can get away with 2, but like the middle moves so much. And I mean, the other 2 things aren't actually tightened down yet, so that could be part of why, but the middle moves a lot, so. I think I went all the way through the concrete. Let's go. Get this powder up. Get all that white powder right up. All right. Cool. Kind of looks like one of them drugs. They're so bad for everybody. Screw this in. It's not holding it very. It's not holding. The screws aren't really holding very tight. I'm not sure. Maybe I should have went a smaller size under, but okay. So they are holding nonetheless. At least laterally. So let's get a couple more of these long screws here. We're gonna need 3 for that bottom section. So. Those trays. We'll go ahead and get some for the room in there. So there's going to be 1 here, and then there's going to be 3 more there. I need 3 here. There's going to be 1 on the wall. So I think that should be enough to complete this project. Okay. Just screwing these on ahead of time, getting them ready. Let's do that. Okay. This one. This is not the one, right? Yeah. Okay, it must be in this little room. There it is. Okay, yeah, that's holding. That's holding. Okay, cool. So, hopefully when I put these down on here, it'll hold itself a lot more secure. I am also just realizing that maybe I should have put these on the other side and not on this side. for consistency because that's where all the other brackets are. They're on the inside of the room. So that's all right. You know what? It doesn't really matter. It's all about just consistency, which, you know, who wants to conform to? You don't need to conform, you know? Let's be non-conformist, I guess. And sometimes it's easier to conform. All right. All right. Cool. So the bottoms are all secured. And I am sweating again so bad. Okay. There we go. That wall's pretty sturdy now. Okay. And we're just going to do the same thing over here. Let me try and move some stuff around. You won't really be able to see much. But let me see if I can't angle the camera just down the line here. All right. So can't really see much, but you can see something. So I'll go ahead and get 3 holes drilled for these bits. Put the anchors in, and then 1 more on the other side. There we are. So the idea here, basically, you know what? Actually, we'll do this on the inside because the outside has the plastic pieces. So we'll go ahead and just do this on the inside. All right. So we'll start here on this flap. So basically, we just need to have, because it moves, we need to have a bracket piece right around here that can hold it in place. Yep, so put it right about there. And I'll go ahead and drill this in. Okay. Get this drilled in. Okay. Get that swept up. Yeah. Okay, good enough for now. All right. Get the other hammer drill that has the correct bit. Slide that here. There you go. And start drilling this in. Before I tighten it, though, I want to look at the top because I kind of want to hold it where I suspect it really needs to be straightish. And then go from there. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much as good as it's gonna get right there. That's not really tightening, which is unfortunate, but I don't think it should matter too much. There's a little wiggle room, but not a ton. So we need the one here. And then do I have the Allen wrench? Make sure I have the Allen wrench. Okay. Good old Allen wrench. Okay. Yeah. This will slide in. Slide under there. Like that. And then tighten it. Okay. All right. Okay, so that's pretty much tightened. That's a little loose here. Let me tighten that. mean, it's all tightened, but it's kind of like, I don't know. It's not possible to fully like, oh, that's not tight. That's pretending to be tight. Make sure it actually gets like actually on there. Okay. Tighten up. All right, cool. So that's, mostly held on. All right, we'll get this side now. We'll do the inside. The camera moved over. So we want try and get a nice as straight of a shot as I can. This why does that seem like it's not quite straight? Okay, let's fix that. I think that's as good as that's gonna get. Get this out of the way here. Okay. So now we kind of want to just like figure out where I mean, I have a laser guide, but unfortunately, I don't know that it'll work here because these aren't magnetic. So I feel like I'll just be guessing. Let's see. I mean, because like any of this could be straight. Like I don't know how to verify that it's actually straight relative to this wall here. I mean, if I held it here, I guess. But then this is not straight, so how can I verify this is straight? And then the only answer I can think of is take the whole thing off. And then hold this against here. But now I don't know if this is straight. So there's a lot of layers here. But yeah, I don't think this is something that would work. What I could do maybe is maybe I can try to angle it based on angle it based on from here to the other end there ish. But I'm just not really convinced. So I mean, I do kind of feel like that does feel straighter, but yeah, there's no way that's like the correct way to go about that. Right, so it's definitely at some kind of an angle. I think it really needs to be more like right there. I mean, this would go more like right. More about right there. That does seem straighter as well. But yeah, clearly something right here because yeah, this wall, this piece may not even be all that straight, to be honest. And yeah, that's making it hard to judge whether or not this is at all even remotely straight. I mean, because it yeah, so that's not going to help me at all. Maybe if I can use the yeah, well, I'm not going to worry about that too much. We'll just kind of eyeball it. A little bit of tolerance isn't going to hurt I think it'll be fine. If it's a little off, so I should say. It's not the end of the world. I'm paying for this, so it should be all right. And we are past time on this one, so I do need to get it going. Okay, this side, get in there. Okay, can I get this? This into there. There we go. So, for the most part, that should be pretty straight. Definitely tight in there, I'll tell you that. Okay. So adding the header may not actually fix any real problems, but let me at least try to get this as straight as I can. I suspect it should be somewhere like around here when all is said and done. That does feel just a little bit too long. So I might come and cut these little messed up ends off. All right. And I think that'll be the solution to that problem. Okay. And so, yeah, you can see what damage the hammer has done. And it's just not as good now of a end. So we'll have to cut the door. We'll come back and do all that at once. Take a little intermission while I cut that. So I do have to leave the shop here to go fetch my tools. And then even then I don't have another shop. So I have to do it outside. And just to not give away my location, I'm going to not do it outside. So I'm going to take this off. Okay. Same thing on the other side here. Get this out of the way. Oops. I already started taking this one off earlier, so that pops right out. And this should pop right out. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll take this whole door out and I'll cut these ends right here. Cut them just a little bit shorter. And basically short enough to coming back, short enough to account for the size of this hinge. Right there, about that thickness. Was it like a ½ inch maybe, just about? So we'll cut that much off. Cut a little bit extra on top of that, and then have to cut the plastic again, unfortunately. And then I really just hope I don't have to hammer that in at all. But that'll be today, and then cool. So let's finish. Let me finish getting these dry these floor anchors in. So we got 1, 2, 3. Let me check if I have just a slightly smaller bit for the masonry, because that could be useful. So I do have this one, which is slightly bigger at 1/4. This one is 3/16. So we also have this one, which is definitely smaller. It is. So that one says 3/16. So I got 2 3/16. I see. And what is this? That's a 532. So that's significantly smaller. I'm pretty sure if I try to drill one of these, I won't be able to screw it in, but let's give it a shot because I'm not sure what the strength of those are, tolerances. So we'll have to find out. But God, I wish I knew if that was straight or not. What's a good way I can test this? Because that definitely just does not look straight at all. All right, well, I think I'll be all right. I think it'll be fine. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna go here. Okay. Get the dust pan on that. Did I get in my face? It's like shot up or something. Oh. All right. Clean that up. Oh, all right. Cool. I don't know if this is gonna work, but let's see. Okay. We want to screw it in. Boop. I'm gonna put this here. Okay. I'm gonna screw it in. Yes, that does actually work pretty well. Yeah, that'll hold that in pretty securely. Come over here. Grab one of these. Oh. Oh no. Oh my god. Oh my god, I've done it again. I want to get better. I'm trying. I'm over here doing stuff. You can't even see me doing it. So basically, I screwed this in. Oh, I drilled it and then I screwed it in. I got a smaller drill bit. And now we're going to do it again. We're going to do it right over here. So, let's do it again. And part of me wants to take it out and do it again on camera just so I can have them all. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be a huge difference. That's just a lot of time for nothing. So, let me see where these are going to go. So I'll put one in the middle. So just go right about there. Okay. And we're going to put one over on this end. Right about here. Okay. Alright. So now, hopefully you can see it. Get this drilled out. Okay. Get the next one drilled. Hopefully you can see that on camera. Get this out of the way. So get this one drilled here. And then, cool. And let's go ahead and sweep that up. better job later. Yep. All right. All that out. Okie dokie. We're making progress there. Making good progress. Getting these tightened down. On camera here. For sure. Must be. So I want to screw these down. So put that there. Like that. Put this in. Okay. Okay. That's pretty secure. So yeah, it seems like the real strat is to go with a smaller bit, not the size of the screw bit. Which I guess in hindsight, I mean that's pretty obvious, but I'm not sure, you know, how we do tools around here. I mean, for all I know, 3/8 is designed in mind for the bolt size. So I don't really know how that works, but apparently it does not work that way. And with this piece of a screw in here. Just trying to get this screw in. It's giving me a lot of problems, so I just swap to a different one. Something wrong with this lock nut. It's like been de-threaded or something. Grab a different one, not a big deal. Okay, so I got 2 of these, but I do need 1 more. So I'll grab this. We're getting there. By golly. We are getting there. Okay. All right, I'll get this side tightened down. Oh my. So I am also, oh my god, I am just realizing that this is the not the nicest, this is the gray. So the gray, unfortunately, does not allow me to arbitrarily just put these in. So I do have to unscrew, oh my gosh, and then slide them down. And that's going to be a little tedious, but you know, not the end of the world. Just unfortunate. This whole project has used the word tedious so many times, and I gotta say, I'm not a fan of tedious. Okay, so, alright, I'll get this in. Okay. Pull that inward. Get the screw in. And try and get this lined up with the screw. I'll put that there. Okay. Put this in here. Try to hit that lock nut. Seems to be holding, but it looks a little strange. That's all right. Move across the way. You know, I'm guessing you can't see any of this given that my body's covering it, so I'll try coming from this angle. But because it's the gray, I had to slide the nuts in here. Oops, excuse me. Ahead of time. And now I need to try and screw this into that. which actually isn't too bad. It's pretty easy so far. Ugh. Okay, so we are almost done now. Where's this one at? Right here. Put it in there. Put this on. Put this in there. I don't think I hit the screw. Okay, so ideally I gotta be able to see the thing I'm getting in. There it is. Okay. Come on. You getting it? You getting it? I think it's getting it now. I think it was doing something. I don't know what it was doing. But yeah, definitely doing something, but definitely I don't know what. Come on. Okay, I think we got it now. Yeah. Now I think we got it. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. All right. Yeah, so that should be pretty much held in place now. And then I mean, all we gotta do now is basically put this header up. So the header will go here, right up at the top. But in the meanwhile, we're gonna do some cuts to get that to work. So I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna complete these cuts real quick, and then I'll be back and we'll wrap this up and keep going. Okay, so I will be right back. I'll have to put you on mute for now, and I'll put you in standby mode basically while I go take care of this. So here we go, standby mode activated. And then put you on mute and I'll be back. All right, back. Yeah, so what we've done now, I'm gonna grab these. I'll meet you over in front of the camera. Okay, so what I've done is basically just cut these shorter, like I mentioned, and same thing for the header, ever so slightly shorter. Now, hopefully, everything will feel a little smoother. So I'm going to need to do a little extra cutting with the razor, but hopefully nothing too crazy. Where's that razor at? Hello, everybody. Razor right here. Yoink. Cut off. Yoink. Cut that off. Okay. All right, cool. Okay. I might just hit this with a hammer once or twice to lower it down just a smidge. Not too much. There we go. Good enough. Same thing on this side. Okay, not much, but just enough. Now both sides have a tiny lip. Okay, that should be good. Sorry, all I did was I went outside and I basically cut down along here, and not the best cuts, but also trying to get rid of some of that deformity, which was just making it too big. I think it should be good now. So that's the header, and then as far as the header goes. Okay, so as far as the header goes, we'll get that going in now. We're gonna want to take the camera out so we can see a good shot of everything. We'll use the there we go. Use the step ladder to get up to where we gotta be. Okay. The header piece here. These things out of the way. There's the fancy hammer. Hammer drill as well. And then here's my Allen wrench. Okay. So just basically, I want to be able to get up here and take these off. So I'm just going to put some T-squares here. There's some T-brackets. It just will make more sense with the header piece being here. So we're going to take these off. Okay. Do the same thing here. All right, do the same thing over here on this side. Okay, same thing here. Cool. Okay. So now we're just gonna put a T bracket piece there, and go ahead and reuse these screws and locking nuts for that. So I do have these prepared, and I am gonna need some more for the bottom. So let me go ahead and get these out. Okay. All right. So start with these because they're already ready, and we're going to use the T brackets to basically stick this header up, starting with this here. Okay. There we go. I'll do the same thing over here. This one's on way too tight. All right, and okay. Please no texting while I am working. Okay. So I'll go there. So we want this to go up at the top. And probably this to go down a little more. Actually hurts. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that's enough. I almost forgot about this. I'm going to have to do it kind of like you've seen before. Because this is so thin, it does need to have a piece cut from it. So I'll just do with this razor right quick. But that wall segment is just too thin, so I need to cut a little piece off of here, the end of this, just so it can fit without overlapping. Okay. Okay. There we go. Close that up. Let's get the other side. Well, that came out, so I kind of allow us to do this anyways. Okay. One cut. Yeah. Come on. Maybe a little more than one more. Yeah. There we go. Okay. All right. So this side, screw back onto that. Wherever the Allen wrench is. This one will work. So there goes that. I believe I have the other Allen wrench in my pocket. The more idealized one. And I do not. So I'm not exactly sure. Maybe this is it. Must be it. Surely feels like it. There we go. Okay. Alright, so now slide down that channel, slide down that channel. Alright, so somehow I don't think that actually tightened at all. But well, maybe it did. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's a bummer. That's kind of what I was thinking too. I was thinking it wasn't actually tightening down. It would appear I was right. So let's try again. Okay, so unfortunately, it's doing a deal where it was just screwing into the plastic. So I got to take the bolt all the way out to get the thing to screw in. Okay, trying to fix the bottom, which is having the exact same problem. Okay, sorry that you're just looking at my back. This was not the way this was supposed to go. Okay, get that there. Okay. So I think this is a lot closer to what I want. Switching again. There we go. Perfect. Not sure if that's going in or not. It's hard to say. Hopefully it is. And tighten this one down. And this one get tightened. Okay, hopefully that's actually on there. So I don't have the same issue we had a second ago again. So this is not excellent. Come on. Come on, slide down. Oh, man. Not good. This is single-handedly making this take unnecessarily long. All because it doesn't want to slide. Not good at all. Not great at all. So I think what I need to do here is do that one last because there's some need to be dealing with that. Also, less even that. Okay. So I don't know why that felt the need to come out like that. A little frustrating. Okay. Yeah, so maybe I can go in from the bottom here. I mean, basically at this point, like anytime I do anything with this gray aluminum, I'm having problems. It all boils down to the slots just being too narrow, and even the lock nuts have trouble, getting into the slots. So, oh my gosh, this is not an ideal position to be in when this, especially when these dang extruded aluminums just aren't. So basically, I just need to never get that wrong again. It's way too tedious. It's just unnecessarily complicated, all because the T-square is too small. And I got two more inside the 3D printer here that we'll go ahead and pull out. Okay. All right. So I need to get this header on, but the struggle, the main problem I can't do that is really just because of this this awful extruded aluminum. The width of the channel is just way too small, unfortunately, and it is making this very, very challenging indeed. So it really is a stinker. I don't really have any options other than to keep plowing through. So I think what I need to do is, instead of trying to push it down with my hand, I need to get the hammer so I can get a little bit of, a little bit of inertia thrown in there, a little bit of a momento, a burst damage. Just need to like hit it hard, hit it real hard, not give it a chance to fight with me. And then all of the problems, I think, will go away. So that's all it boils down to. Get this on. Okay, everybody, hopefully you can see me, you can hear me. Next one. So I do have two slightly smaller or different size screws, so not a big deal, but maybe that is creating some of the problems here, is that the screw is just being small and not helping as a result. So maybe I'll take that one out and put in one of the longer ones. Okay. One of these longer ones in. Perfect. Okay. So all right. I'm going to get that in there and then go ahead and twist it more than it needs to be twisted, as to destroy the threading and just make a bore hole. Because right now these are self-tapping, but we don't want them necessarily to be tapped. We just want them to be holes so that we can twist it around and around and around without having too much tightness or anything. Luckily it's plastic, so we can do this. Okay, and then the next thing will be these lock nuts. And so we're going to need a few of these. Okay, if it's giving me problems, I'm just going to ditch it and go on to the next one. That's way too tight. All right. Put this one on. Okay. Next one on. Okay. There we go. I'll do that again. So get one screw. We'll get two screw. We'll get three screw. Then we'll screw these in tight. Yeah, so we'll have the header on, and then we'll have to worry about the door. What time is it? I wish I could tell. What did I say? 7:30 already. Okay, wow, a little surprised. But yeah, I do want to. At the very least, I want to get this door on. You know, so gosh, I hope I got time. Because ultimately, I gotta make a long form video of all this. I gotta be able to go through, clip all this data out, make a long form video, and obviously, when I do that, I want to have it all done. And so I need to get the video created via the live streams here. And I can clean it all up, narrate over it, structure it better, and make a full length video. But here we go. We're almost there. So screw this in. Boop, 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 boop. Over screw it. Okay. Make sure these are all sort of like over screwed a little bit. Okay. Cool. I feel good about that. That one I think was busted. So we're gonna need 1, 2. So how many we got there? We got 3 there. We got 3 there. And then one's already up on the thing. So I'm gonna need one more of these. Okay, there's some over there. For a second, I wasn't sure if I had it anymore. But I mean, I'm pretty sure like I had enough at least to do this project, and I guess I didn't take into account that some of them might get lost or de-threaded. Okay, so back onto this camera. Hello. Let me see if I can move my thing down. Okay. All right, back up to here again. I ought to do this in a way that might help me avoid falling. And then I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and grab my my soft hammer over here. And then I can use this to ow, I just hit my shin, man. Not great. But to get this in, hopefully, because oh my god, it's so hard for no reason, really. I think what I'll end up doing is sliding it down from the other end, because this side has some hammering damage, which is going to make it a little unnecessarily hard. So slide down. Come on. Okay. As far as the black channel goes, I really shouldn't have any problems with that. So this side in, this side in. Okay. Okay. Screw that. Okay, screw this. Okay, this one. It's Friday also. I hope everyone's had a great week so far. I know that I've had a great week doing this so far. I just wish things would have gone smoother. And honestly, it all boils down to these gray bars, you know, man. These 2020s extrusions with the gray color. Man, everything could have been perfect. But these gray ones, unfortunately, the channel width is just too small. And I've said it enough times. And I'll continue to say it because that is the reason this has been so difficult. Okay. Move over to this side. There's a lock down there, grab that. So what I ought to do here is like what I did above. Go ahead and slide this down the channel. Okay, come on. Come on, like it ain't that serious, you know? Jesus, it just comes right off. That's all right. That's okay, you know? I've trained my whole life for this. I've made so many mistakes, and I've overcome them. But I don't think this is that big of a deal, but oh boy, is it annoying. So this one did not go in right, and instead has become jammed. So, all right. Okay. So that just got jammed in there, and then I had to unjam it. You know, you can see like how the difference is, the parallels between the nice one and the not so nice one. Let me try and move this camera a little so you can see exactly what's going on. Not the best thing to have happened, dropping those boxes, but not also the worst. So I think we'll be all right. Maybe that's good. I think that might help. Get you at the right angle here. Yeah, that should be good enough for you to see what's going on. Okay. I feel like this is all about camera, you know. If I can get this camera right, I can get footage, I can do the rest. If I miss footage, then I'm going to be editing and like thinking to myself like, oh my god, I messed that up quite bad. Let's see. Oh, what is going on here? I mean, it just doesn't. It like doesn't want to go in. And that's. I literally just put one in a little while ago. So it's like just that one piece doesn't want to go in. Oh my god. Beans. Come on, don't be like that. Come on, like don't be like that. You know. Huh. There's not one to screw into the lock. Not, of course it isn't, because if it did, this would suddenly be going a lot quicker. So, you know, it's almost 8, and the forces that be clearly don't want me to get this done today. Okay, and here we are again. And I don't want to move, so. It does seem to definitely help, though. Okay, all right, wow. There we go. Okay. This one tighten good enough. That's definitely holding itself. So we'll move on to the next layer up. And this ought to be fun, I think. It looks like it may not be exactly even. I'm not really sure what's going on, actually. The more I look at it, the more confusing it looks. Whoa! That was definitely not what I wanted to do. A little shizzle. Definitely not what I wanted to do there. All right, well, shoot. That is unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Okay. Okay, yeah. I mean, that is going to save me a lot of time, actually, dropping the piece. Very cool. All right. Very exciting. You know. All right. So, yeah. I mean, it all boils down to this gray extruded aluminum. You know, literally every single problem I've had on this project, it all comes down to this gray aluminum. I mean, I can hardly even get a simple lock nut inside of the thing without a challenge. So, I don't know why. I don't know why I did that to myself. But I'll have to be extra careful in the future to never... God, it just makes no sense. Why this is such a struggle. Okay. All right. So yeah, clearly I'm gonna have to fix this, do that again. But for now, I don't care about it so much. I really just care about whether or not this is straight. And okay. I think if I just put this on here. Okay, almost there. This side is a little confused as to why this is so complicated, because it really shouldn't be this far off, you know. Let's see if I can tighten this down so I can stop having to worry about that piece. Yeah, of course it's not screwing in. That would be just really too easy. So let's make it a little harder. this side first. That's gonna be, wow, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a cursed project or I just can't believe that I mixed up the gray and the black and ordered the wrong stuff and made all of this a problem. Done it. Too missive. Okay, we're almost, it's almost tight, you know. We are getting there. It's just not a very tedious thing to tighten, unfortunately. I feel like it shouldn't be, but of course it is. After all, why not, you know? Why not be complicated? Maybe I can go ahead and get this one screwed in. Maybe not, probably not. I mean, realistically. I don't know, it does seem like it tightened down. Okay, so then I need a new T-square there. But overall, I mean, it's starting to come together. I might end up having to hold them at the top as well. I'm gonna have to look into that because I'm not sure what to do with the drop ceiling. I mean, somehow I guess I can fasten it to the rafter of the drop ceiling, but I'm not sure exactly how that would work. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it for now. It doesn't look right or good at all, and it kind of, honestly, it kind of looks like this came down some, but I mean, it is holding it right now for the moment. What that's doing. There we go. Maybe that helped. Probably not. Yeah, it kind of helped. Okay, cool. Let's get the camera now. So little room in here. So little room. Okay. Take this and yes, sir. Yes, sir. There you go. All right. Yep. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Hello. Okay. Do a little spin around. And here we are. Okay. So we're back to the door. Now the thing with the door is I had to cut these side pieces a little shorter to be able to fit the door hinges. And so to account for that, I now have to do some additional cutting with the razor. This one here. And just so I can fit the other piece back on. Now, I do want to be careful here, and I don't want to cut too deep. I don't want to cut too short. So hopefully this will give me an idea. Let's see. We want to cut. I cut quite a bit. All I can tell so far. Yeah. Okay. So it'll be somewhere in this area. All right. Hopefully I've got that right. Okay. This part's kind of tough to do because it's just hard to follow the rib all the way down, but hopefully we'll get this right. Okay. Pull it down. It does look like I went to the next row. Let's go back down a row. Okay. All right. Okay, we're almost there. It's so hard to see, unfortunately, in that direction. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 I think that should be good. So let me try and get this on. We'll go from there. Interesting. Okay. Get this on now. So. Yeah, buddy. Oh, I feel like I can already tell this is going to be a lot more tedious than it was prior to this course, so that's unfortunate. But it could also just be right there. I wonder if maybe if I use some heat or something, I can get it to melt into the channel. But I don't know. Okay. 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 The lock nuts I don't see, which leads me to believe they are on the one side. They are. I mean, honestly, amazing. They're on the one side I don't need them to be. And there you go. So that was definitely making things more challenging unnecessarily. All right, so we are having problems after all, it seems. Unfortunate. Let me try with the lighter to soften it up, kind of bend it inwards, and just to decrease the width of this thing overall, so I can slide into the channel easier. And if that doesn't do it, then unfortunately I'm gonna have to call it for this stream. We'll have to figure it out next stream, which is truly unfortunate, because I do need to get this done so we can move on to the other fun stuff. Okay, but it is like a kind of a rock and a hard place kind of thing, because while I do want to continue with the next stuff, I kind of have to do things in order, because I need this room to be ready to clear out any smoke and dust and things, because I will be working here on streams while machines are running. And so ultimately I just need to get this done correctly, but do it in a way that also allows me to have the content, have everything recorded, so I can make videos about it every step of the way. And this plastic is so insanely hard to bend. It really is kind of a nice quality plastic, I must say. But it all boils down to this Sting Gray Extruded 2020. So if you're going to be doing this project, for the love of God, make sure you get the correct extruded aluminum. Do not do what I did here. So again, I'm just applying heat to the top edge of this plastic, and then using the heat to make it more pliable and flexible. And then I'm just bending the top edges inward. The idea being that when I go to put the extruded aluminum on, they'll kind of neatly curve into the channel, as opposed to being, shooting in the outside the channel direction. I mean, the whole idea here is just to make it easier to get this channel on. Unfortunately, I do have to go this like long route to make it happen. See if that helps. Let's see if that helps. Okay, I'll go there. Just go on this side. Okay. Okay, unfortunately, it's not actually going in the siding is not actually going into the channel, which is what we needed to do. Maybe some parts are not going in, but it's not like consistently going all the way across. Alright, no, maybe we got it down actually. So let's go get those corners. So we need this one and that one. I'll put these longer pieces on. And a lot of screws rather. All right, we're almost at 8 o'clock. This will be I think like a 2-hour stream. My battery will be dying soon, so that's why I have to limit it to like 3 hours. Battery on the receiver for the microphone. So I'm not sure why they designed it such that it doesn't charge while it's on the USB thing, but it is what it is. I can't do much about it anyways. Maybe I can try to figure out where the magnet goes, where the charging pins are, but maybe make like my own little charging hack for it. But for now, it's not a big deal. Get this on, over screw it. Okay, this one should be over screwed as well. Okay, so now put 2 screws in over here. Okay. I don't know if you guys remember, if anybody has watched it, but part 2, there was I was complaining about some property theft. Unfortunately, that matter has been resolved. I was able to recover the item that was stolen, so that was good. The cops were not any help, but it's resolved now, nonetheless. So it helps to socialize with your community. I mean, because in this case, someone in the community knew, overheard discussion of this person who took the property I had, and so was able to speak with my dad, but little did they know, I set up a camera, so the issue is now resolved. I think I dropped a lock nut around here somewhere. If I could find that, I could probably use that here because for some reason, yeah, there's 2 of them here. So grab those. Okay, so the goal here, get these into the, I don't know why I didn't do this first, but I'm going to have to get these into the gray. I do got to get it into the channel here. What I'll probably do is just put them both in on this side because it looks the least damaged. So let's get this in. Okay, one. I'll put another one in over here, so this will go down there, and this one will be the one. That will go over there, and then this one will be the one. Okay. All right, slide that down. Bring this piece down. Okay, and then what I gotta do to slide this down. Sorry guys for that, you're looking at my backside. I was so close to this. I don't know that I can get it in a better view on camera. Okay, I am also noticing that there's a nut there, which is honestly just, I don't even understand how it's there. So, because I mean, I went and took the other side out. This whole process is just a little silly. It's a little silly. It's honestly, it's amazing to me that this gray channel is so tedious when it comes to this. I mean, it's gotta be a difference of like half a millimeter creating all this drama. Okay, so I think the idea was to use this one, but I think the piece dropped and is long gone now down there. So that's great. But we're gonna get this. So what I'll do it, I'll just take that off. And I'm gonna slide this down. Come on. Zero reason to become complicated. Slide this over. Okay. So now we should be able to screw this in. Hopefully. You can see on camera what I'm doing here. Yeah, it looks like we got that. So get this side now. Okay. Alright. Cool. Alright. Holy heck. This is so tedious. It is extremely tedious. I slide this lock nut way over here because I can't get it in on this side. And then now we gotta try get this back on and back over. Not too bad actually. And then hopefully without this thing chopping down. Let's see if I can get this in. Okay. Oh my gosh, guys, we might actually get this door tonight done. Maybe. The reality is, I don't think we're quite ready yet, but let's see what happens. It always feels like somebody's Watching me, and I got no privacy. Ooh, oh. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know how well it's going to hold, but I mean, we are technically. Somehow, either this side of the door is too long or something's too short. I mean, one or the other, but let's see. So this goes up to 35 and 1/8 under a half. 35 1/8 under a half. No, seems all right. So it seems to me like that. I just cut that corner a little too short apparently. Either that or something else is happening to cause that, but it does seem to be a little short, unfortunately. So I might have to go back at the end of this tomorrow, maybe off camera because I don't think it's that big a deal, and just fix that. But let's see. I don't know why it insists on being so complicated. I just don't understand why these lock nuts are just so awful. And I also don't think it's the lock nuts. I think it is just the extruded aluminum is the thing that's awful. You know what I mean? The extruded aluminum. It all boils down to the extruded aluminum. So I'll probably fix it off camera at some point tomorrow. That'll be that. I don't know. I don't think I can fix it on camera today. So definitely can't fix it on camera today, but I could fix it today off camera. Hello. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's just get an idea right now of what this door is going to do. I'm going to try to fit it in. Okay. Okay. So we want the door to fit in right there. Really looks very crooked from this angle that I'm at, but it's not really crooked. Okay. I mean, this will work, I believe. I hope. So, put this here. Okay. Plenty of room above. Plenty of room to the side. So, I think it's looking good so far. Okay, and I want it to open inward. So let me see. So this goes here, and the door will be there, and I want it to open. I mean, I'm guessing it would be like that. Whoop. Like this, I suppose. Whoop, whoop. And then, and this must be the way. Okay. So let's see what all I got here. So I have these here, and then I have lock nuts, but I just wonder if there's a better option than the lock nuts. I think that's something else. I'm also running low on those lock nuts too, apparently. So that's kind of a problem. So I could use these, but these are going to be a challenge for obvious reasons. The best thing for me right now would be the lock nuts, and I actually just don't think I have enough, it turns out. Somehow I think I ordered like 100 of them, so I'm a little surprised, but yeah, it does seem that perhaps I am missing the necessary lock nuts to be able to finish this up. Okay, so I have all these black screws. I have these, and their idea would be to put these in here, and then to put the right size. It is not. Is this the right size? It will work. So those on. I'm actually a little surprised that this did not come with anything either. That seems particularly surprising. Because it comes with everything else, but apparently just not the bits to actually get it locked down, interestingly enough. So, well, so it is what it is. And I think what I'll have to do is, again, I'll just have to order some more pieces. And these screws are not correct, so I'm gonna need to double check what I ordered online, because yeah, this is not gonna work, because it needs to be able to close, and these are just too far over for it to close. So what are these other ones I got? Those are the ones that aren't working, and then these, I cannot imagine how these are gonna work either. But let's see. Yeah, so those aren't gonna work either. I'm not honestly really not sure what else this could have come with that would work, and so I'm a little surprised. But we'll figure this out next stream, guys. I gotta stop for tonight, and we'll come back tomorrow. All right, let's try to get my camera here. We'll come back tomorrow, and we'll try again. So we just gotta get the door. I mean, the door is the last thing kind of holding me up right now. Get the door on. I'm gonna have to find a way to. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to find a way, as you see, to I gotta fix this now, and then I want to find a way to tighten this up to the ceiling, because that's not gonna work. And then that should be it. I might be able to put just like one long piece on this backside going all the way across. And that might help, just to straighten it out, to give it a little more beef up at the top. But the main thing I'm concerned about is just that it wobbles pretty significantly at the top there. And I'm really not sure, considering I don't have a ceiling up there, but instead I only have drop ceiling that I can have a great way to do it. But we'll get it figured out. this stream. So we've got a door now, and that'll go on tomorrow. And this other wall is holding up just fine. And I don't know. I'll have to figure out the door. But yeah, I think by tomorrow we should be okay. I'll order any necessary screws I need. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear me now. I'll order any necessary screws I need so that we can do this tomorrow. And then we'll be back. Not tomorrow. Monday. Unfortunately Monday. Because I do have to get the video. But yeah, Monday we'll come back. We'll drill some holes in the wall. We'll attach some Xfinities to the wall, and that's basically it. Then we'll start putting together the shelves in here, and then we'll start getting the CNC set up. So here we are. We're almost done. We're making progress. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you next stream. All right, guys. See ya. Signing off. Send you out with the standby. Goodbye. Have a nice night.